Hello, so Ruth from the Consult Centre, going live as I promised to make sure that I can answer your questions that you asked me to do for you as part of the Q&A session. So I'm just going to make sure that everyone can see and that everybody is on. Emma Jane, hello. So, a few people asked me to answer some questions, so I'm going to have this video, hello, and I'll post it later so that you're able to see it and view it back. Hello, Zoe. I'll wait for a few people to join then now, if we're going to come on and go through your questions. So I'm going to be able to see another screen at the same time so that I can see who's posting questions. There's a slight delay on everything, which is a bit bizarre, but I shall do my best to keep up with any questions that people may ask. So if you are on, say hello. Hello, Joanna. I've got your question to answer shortly. So there'll be a bit of a delay in between me seeing you and your comments coming up. So if I don't get around to you straight away, that'll be why. So a few different things that I've been asked. I've been asked about Facebook. I have been asked about Instagram. I've been asked about creating certain reach when you're on certain social profiles. Been asked about which media is the right media. Kirsty Bob has asked me about media. I've been asked to talk about how often to post by Zoe Humpage. Been asked about Tina, about how she... Hello Julie. About how to get around being positive and getting lots of people to be answering your and sharing your information when you do put it out there. So most of it, obviously, as you would expect, is social media linked. So let me see. Joanna, you asked about boosting posts and increasing your reach. I think you also asked about hashtags and insight pages as well. So in terms of, my laptop has no sound, I'm going to have to miss this one. Don't worry, Kirsty Bob, you'll be able to watch it when it comes back on play. You'll be able to see it again. So, Joanna, you asked about boosting posts on Facebook. My advice to you would be not to boost your posts on Facebook unless you've already done what's called setting your audience. So when you go to create your Facebook page, you have options in your publishing tools and setting tabs that allow you to set your audience. Boosting posts without sounding rude is a really lazy way for Facebook to make money because it appears so simple. Lots of people, hello Elaine, lots of people do boost their posts and they'll find very little result from that. The reason for that is because if you can imagine, there are over 48 million different businesses that exist on Facebook, and each of those is trying to appeal to a certain market. So when they do that, they try and boost their posts. So it's kind of like throwing your money into a very large bucket and hoping that somebody sees it. In most cases, it's not the way forward. The way forward is to create targeted marketing campaigns. And whilst I'd love to go through all of that in one go here, it's quite difficult to cover all of it off. I'll probably end up giving you not enough information. But what I would say is that you have to set your audience. So in your settings tab, you can go and set your audience. You can set that by interest. You can set that by age group, by demographic, by location. And only when you have your audience set correctly should you then choose to advertise. When you then go to your advertising area, you can then also choose to advertise to a certain audience as well. Otherwise, what you're going to end up doing is spending money to appeal to people who aren't going to take your product and never were going to take your product. So you must ensure that your adverts are being shown to those people who are in your area of interest. In addition to that, it's about where you place your adverts. Your adverts ought not to be placed down the right-hand side column. It's quite obvious when you look at Facebook, if you are a consumer of Facebook, that when you go to look at it, the adverts or anything, that appears on the right-hand column isn't paid for advert, and as a result of which, most people will not click on it. They won't click on it because they know they're being sold to and they know they're being advertised to. So the way that you would do that is you would set it to come up within the news feed. Without wanting to sound like a sales pitch, there is loads, as I say, that I would tell you about that. The way to find out more about it is that we do run an effective Facebook for Business course, which takes place in Morecambe, which is a day course. If you really wanted to understand it better and stop spending money and appeal to your audience and get a conversion, then I would suggest you try and attend a course like that. It doesn't have to be ours or another one. Other people do them. But don't boost posts is the answer to that question. In terms of increasing your reach, it's much the same situation. When people post, they look at what's called the reach bar and think that loads of people have seen that advert. They haven't. The reach is really the kind of activity that your post may have seen, or the people's news feeds it may have come up in, or your advert may have come up in. It doesn't mean for a second it's been acted upon or actively clicked on or used by any of those potential consumers. So again, unless you have a compelling event and a correctly set message, you're going to struggle to convert by doing that on Facebook. So I would suggest you don't do that. In terms of hashtags, and loads of people ask me about this, Facebook, as you know, or may not know, bought Instagram, and they bought that in 2012, and Instagram was created in 2010, and they bought it. They bought it because it was taking their market away. And that's one of the issues that people don't necessarily understand, the connection between Facebook and Instagram. Instagram works on hashtags and keywords, Facebook does not. Facebook will in fact demote your page in search engines within Facebook if you put lots of hashtags in. The reason for that is it sees it as being a regurgitated piece of content that is not original content and knows that it's not meant for Facebook and it's being lazily shared onto Facebook. So hashtagging and keywords do not work on Facebook. Facebook doesn't operate with them, and it works on grammatical content, so that being stories, sentences, and key bits of content. So hashtagging on Facebook doesn't work, and I would ask you not to do it because you'll actually be damaging your profile. So as much as you can do to not do that would be better. Twitter, yes. Instagram, absolutely. Instagram, you can use up to 30 key hashtags. You can amend these as you go along to see which ones work for you better. And I would suggest you use, a minimum of 20 when you're using Instagram. So a client of mine, for example, who asked me to do some work for her, has only had an Instagram account for 10 days now, and I've taken her to 151 followers just by using key hashtags. But I do not put any of those on Facebook. So you must not use hashtags on Facebook, Joanna, to answer your question, so I hope that helps you. The Insight page is incredibly useful. It's best used in something called Business Manager, which sits within Facebook. However, you'd have to train to use Business Manager, and it's something that I would suggest anybody uses if you are running a business. Hello, Donna, if you're running a business. But I would really hope that you try and invest your time and train in Business Manager. It allows you to use the Insight tool correctly. But again, it takes about a day to train on it. And we do train you on it, and I can train you on it. Used incorrectly, it can be quite troublesome if you try and understand, but used correctly, it can be one of the best things you would use on Facebook. So I'd certainly suggest you train on Business Manager. That allows you to use your Insight page, it allows you to understand how often people are watching your content, it allows you to see how often and how long they're watching your video for. A lot of people think that when they have views on their videos are being watched. The average watch time, if you will, or view time on a video within Facebook is 7 seconds. So if you're posting videos that are 5 or 6 minutes long, it wouldn't be surprised if you go into your Insight section and you find out that in your Insight section they're bouncing off your page within about 9 to 10 seconds. Is the Instagram page part? Yes, it is. I've covered Insight in the Effective Facebook for Business, Joanna. It's one of the main things we do. We train you on, we take you straight into Business Manager. We wouldn't suggest a business uses the consumer side of the Facebook interface for their business. It just doesn't work properly. People think that, and actually 90% of businesses that are using it under the consumer profile, and they shouldn't. So we train everybody on Business Manager. And once you get into Business Manager, you'll understand just why you should have been using Business Manager. And we do. We have a full kind of 2 or 3 hours on Business Manager on the Effective Facebook for Business courses that we run. And we'll take you right through that. So I hope that's answered some of your questions, Joanna. I think Donna Burgess is on, and Donna asked about how to get a business name out there without paying. Difficult one, but certainly don't pay for boosted posts. It probably goes back to my earlier advice, really, Donna, which is that you should be creating an audience, setting your audience on your Facebook page. Again, it's quite complicated to do if you're not sure. You're welcome, Joanna. It's quite complicated to do if you're not kind of familiar with it. But it means that you are only targeting your content to the people that need to see it. Otherwise, you really are ultimately can be wasting your time when you are posting. So each post can be selected to a certain audience and interest, and your Facebook audience can also be set. And again, if you go into your Facebook settings, you will be able to find how to do that there. You can do it with a lot more detail in Business Manager. Hi, Lizzie. You can do it in Facebook Consumer, but you'll be better doing it in Facebook Manager. So in terms of getting your name out there, you should be checking in every time you're on. You should be creating a location every time you're on. You should be asking any client to check in when they're on. Each client, when they check in, would be noticed by around 7 other people. So each time you do that, if you imagine you only have 4 or 5 people check in a day, then you're into 28, 30, 35 people that have then seen that come up in their news feed. So checking in absolutely helps. You should have a services tab on every Business Manager on every Facebook page. So a services tab allows you to list all the services that you offer, and it allows you to tag those services inside any post that you do. Again, hi Abby. Again, if you're not sure, Business Manager will teach you how to do all of that, and again, it's included in part of the course that we do. So we run those most weekends in Morecambe. In terms of promoting at no cost, you need to really work with Facebook in terms of posting very rich content. Hi Lisa, hello Zoe. Very rich content. You should have media rich content. Statuses don't work. Doing lots of text doesn't work. No one reads past around 4 lines of text on Facebook. So by all means write a very long post, but nobody will read it. That sounds very harsh, but they don't. So it should be media rich content. It should vary on a constant basis. You should be posting, if you've got a business, you should be posting 4 to 5 times a week. You don't post the same content, you don't post the same photographs, but you do post. You can even post other people's topical content. You can ask questions, you can try and elicit engagement. If you're just posting, here's what I've done today, you're not going to get very far. If you're asking people's opinion, asking them to comment below, then you will get engagement. Asking topical questions will promote debate, it gets engagement. You need people to give you their point of view. When they start to comment, Donna, then that comes up on their news feed, and then everybody else sees the fact that they have commented. So again, that's how you promote your business. So lots of rich content, checking in all the time, tagging yourself, creating a services tab, and making sure that you are asking questions of your consumer audience. Don't just give them benign content that you think they're going to look at and like. Likes mean absolutely nothing on Facebook anymore. It doesn't really get you shared at all. So you must have engagement on your pages and must ask lots of questions. Kirsty asked about media and which media is the best media. Kirsty Bob, the answer is Facebook's an absolute must. It's a necessary evil. You can't do business now in a entrepreneurial startup kind of market without using Facebook. But your Facebook page has to be set up correctly. It has to have a fully done about section. It has to be a verified page. It has to have the content detail. You have to have your messenger and message services set up. People just don't do it. You have to have auto messaging and messaging services set up. You have to respond to messages on time, otherwise you'll get blacklisted. You must ensure that you tag yourself in all your photographs. You must make sure that you check yourself in. You should have a services tab, a community tab, a reviews tab, an events tab, a notes tab, and they have to be created in a certain order to capture content and to capture interest from your consumer. So it's really key that you have things in a certain order when you're looking at the side of your list. So if someone turns to the side to have a look at where they can go next, it must be in a logical, consumer-driven order. If it's not, they won't look down that list to find out. They'll go and search somewhere else. Zoe Humpage asked about how to reach more people. I've probably covered it off, Zoe, just in an earlier part of this live, actually. I will post this so you can go back and you can see it. But if you're looking for your answers, they'll be under some of the answers I gave to Donna's question, which is around how do you get your business name out there. Your website is another one. Please ensure, and again, the same feedback for quite a few people here. They asked about whether or not a website is more important than Facebook. The answer is neither of them are more important. They're both essential. But try not to constantly link out to your to your website. Facebook now wants to keep their users on Facebook. So to do that, they have created lots of different tabs that you should be loading on your Facebook business page. They've done that to mirror, really, and emulate what a website would look like. So what I mean by that is the notes section that you should add is actually a blogging tool, but inside of Facebook. Nobody uses it. You should really use it. The reason for that is as much content as you can put onto there means that when you put as much content on there as you can, when people go to search, it can now read into that content and deliver it back as a search result. So you'll all notice now that even a few months ago, if you went to do something of a search in Facebook, you got the people who may have matched that name. You don't anymore now. You get posts, people, groups, pages, events all along the top. And that's because Facebook has improved how it's able to search content within its own application. So what that now means is that the more content that you put on, the more rewarded you are on Facebook and in its search engines for doing so. So even things like your opening time should be updated, the directions to your premises, if you have one, should be updated. All of your detail should be as much as possible on your site. They've now created a live video tab as well. Again, you should be adding the live video tab to the side of your menu. You should ensure that your category is set up correctly. So are you, for example, a business, a service, a community, a fan page? Have you ever gone back and checked what you set your page up for or as? It's really important, and you can change that by going into the settings on your Facebook page and amending it. Again, that all matters in terms of how Facebook sees you as its importance within its ranking. So you must ensure that you've got it set up correctly. Lots of people set stuff up in a hurry and then don't go back and check it. So have you got groups listed? Have you got your Instagram listed? When we run one of the courses, we actually show you how to place your YouTube content inside of your Facebook page without people having to leave Facebook to watch it. We also show you how to put your Instagram tab inside there without people having to leave to go and have a look at Instagram. And we do the same with Twitter. This keeps everybody on the page all of the time. The next Facebook, you just asked me to on it, I'll tell you. It's a full day course. It's actually on the website, and it's fun enough, it's on my events inside of my Facebook page. But the next one is the 18th of November in Morecambe, and it's a full day course. It's about £80 to attend the whole day. And we will train you on how to set up your page correctly, how to change the type of page you have in case it's been done incorrectly. We'll show you what tabs you need to put on. We'll show you what order they should be in. We'll talk you through your content, how it should be placed and positioned. Talk about consumer language and what you should have on there. Talk about how to create a notes section. And then we train you on Business Manager. And we show you how to add in Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and even landing pages. Yeah, I know it's easy to ask while I'm here, I need to be able to remember. Welcome pages and bespoke pages as well. So it is a massively packed day. I only really open it up to 6 people because it's quite an intensive course. But you actually bring your laptop with you and we set the whole thing up whilst you're there. Which means that even if you don't remember it after you leave, you've already done it whilst you're with us and it's all set to go then, including appointment setting, ticket selling, everything's always done during that day, on the same day. So I hope that helped. Zoe has asked about how often you ought to post. You ought to post, if you are on Facebook as a business, it should be almost daily, if I'm honest. You shouldn't overpost. Overposting only happens when you post the same content, when you post it to 1,000 different places at the same time, when you see people sharing things to one group and another group and another group constantly. It doesn't work. People don't like it and they find it as white noise. They kind of turn off to it, in all honesty. So it should be, as I said, media-rich content, very attention-grabbing, short live videos. I know people don't like doing a live video. You could even do a video that you pre-recorded and then put it on, but you should be doing them. But they should be lasting no longer than 15, 30 seconds at the most. But they should be engaging. They don't have to be perfect. People don't like perfect. They actually like to see a little bit of frailty. It makes you feel relatable. Would I run one in Penrith, please? Yes, I'll run one in Penrith. If you want to organise it, Lizzie, I can come up to Penrith and run one for you. Don't mind at all. Just need an overhead projector. Oh, I can even bring that with me. Just need a good large room so it allows people to all plug in and have enough space to be able to learn properly. But yeah, if you message me privately after here, I'm sure I can sort that out for you with pleasure. Facebook competitions. Somebody asked me about Facebook competitions. You need to be really careful here when you do Facebook competitions. There is quite a little bit of rule and regulation around doing Facebook competitions. You ought not to be making them exclusive. So you can do a Facebook competition with asking people to share and to tag each other. That's fine. But you also have to offer the fact that the rules are open and the winner is open to anybody, whether they share it or not, or tag or not. So what I mean by that is that the Facebook competition, even if they like your post, it's as open to them as it is to the person who shared it and tagged 2 friends. That they are very stringent about it. I know you see loads of them and loads of people do them, and that's fine, but it would be better if you put a bit of a disclaimer under there to say that it's not mandatory that they have to tag or share in order to win the competition, and that it's open to everybody who likes the page. That way you get past the rules around Facebook competitions. I'm trying to think what else there is that people have asked me about. Zoe, I had a look at your page, Zoe Humpage. She asked me because she said she wasn't really getting very far on some of her reach. So, Zoe, for example, if I got hold of your page, I'd be changing quite a bit on it. And I don't not mean to pick you out, because I think a lot of people that have asked me these questions are the same, but I'll probably look at your tabs and reorder them. I'd look at your message settings and check those. I would have a bit of a purge on reviews, making sure that you've got some more recent reviews on your page. I'd make sure that people were checking in. You've got about 30 visits to your premises, I think it is, so far. Asking people to check in would be beneficial to you. Notes section be really important. Ensuring that you've got some content in your notes section, and also no services section on your page. So, you know, adding services and ensuring that people know what you do would be key for you, because clearly you have a service business. It's not a shambles. Your page isn't a shambles. It just needs a little bit of a facelift. I wouldn't worry about it. It's pretty much the same as all the other ones that I see. If you came and did a day on that course, you'd go out with it being perfect. I really wouldn't worry. It's not quite a shambles. Bless you. And I think that's pretty much all I was asked. Are there any other questions? Because I've got about 16, 18 people that are on here. Are there any other questions that anyone would like me to help them with or answer before I go? If anybody's not sure where to find your pages, if you go up to the top when you go onto your page, If you go and you look at the top, you'll find a white bar that goes across the top. It'll have page, insights, publishing tools, so on and so forth. And at the side, it's got settings. If you go to your settings page at the side, you can actually go to your tabs and reorder your tabs from there. But please make sure you're getting them in the right order. It'd be very important that you do that. Also around scheduling posts, if you feel the pressure of posting every day or every other day is too much, then you should be scheduling your posts. So anyone can do that. You can schedule a post, even per post. So as you go on and you write your status, you're able to go on there and you are able to schedule it for, even for a previous day, believe it or not. You can actually back post as well as you can forward post. Yeah, of course you can. If you're able to share it, Liz, you can share it on there. And if not, I can post it on there for you later if you wish. But yes, you can post it on Penrith Ladies Mean Business with Pleasure, of course. Is it beneficial to ask people to like your page if Facebook doesn't share the content with them anyway? Is it beneficial to be able to ask your page if you share? Yes. And now, the only reason that Facebook isn't sharing the content with them anyway is probably because you haven't got your audience set correctly. I have started getting a lot of foreign likers. I think this is because I set to worldwide. I've now changed it, but I'm still getting them. You may do for a while because they're their friends of theirs that have seen that they like it and they'll like it too. That will drop away. To answer your question, Lisa. Should I be liking, commenting on people's pictures on Instagram, the people that I am already following, that is? Yes, it's nice to engage on it if you want to engage on it, Danielle. You don't feel the need to kind of just put any old crap on. I'm sure you wouldn't do anyway. But yes, absolutely. It's also nice to follow other people back when they follow you and thank them for the follow. So if you do nothing else other than you mention them with the @ and then the user handle within your comments, then that's great. You should be doing that as well. But again, Instagram is a massively, massively useful tool. In terms of putting comments in terms of how you do it, you need to make sure your bio is set correctly at the top with a link in at the top. You need to ensure that you have created your contact settings so that people can email or call to you. You can do that by adding it and changing it into a business page rather than a personal page. I use my personal page more as a business page. I know it's wrong. It's not really wrong. It's just that it doesn't offer you the same access to some of the services, Lizzie. That's the real thing. But you could link the two anyway. That would work. I can show you how to do that at some point if you wish, but you can do a better link so you can cross post onto the two of them at the same time. So you're sharing the content at source rather than as a shared link. That often helps as well. You're welcome, Danielle. So is there anything else that anyone would like to ask me? I think Tina asked me about how to get more shares. This is Tina Lynch. Tina Lynch is a fitness instructor from Morecambe and she has TFL Fitness. I think it's varying your content, Tina. It's, having some live content when you're out and about. It's not always doing live content from the same place, in the same scenery. It's having other people involved. It's having a little bit of comical content to it. It's ensuring that it goes no more than 30 seconds. You need to make sure that it's engaging. You need to make sure that you're asking for information. I think the course will definitely be a huge benefit. I don't have a laptop, just an iPhone. So we have 3 spare laptops that we use our courses because a lot of people turn up with an iPad and think it's going to be all right. So you don't worry, you don't have to have a laptop. We provide them for you anyway. A Mac or a PC, so whichever one you're used to using, we can help you with them. But yeah, we'll provide them for you anyway, so you don't need one. In terms of being out and about, changing up your content, having other people guest star on your content. You don't always have to be in your own live video, but you can and should be posting live at least twice a week. And whether that's about taking a customer on a little bit of a journey with you, showing them what you do to get to where you are, showing them the process of how you get from one end of a product to another, so how you start to how you finish. You're not giving any secrets away. You're having customers come on a little bit of a journey with you and they like that, they enjoy it, they buy in more, they feel more involved in the process, they feel like they know you more so. So asking for engagement on those kind of videos, asking for comments on your videos, setting your audience correctly so it appeals to the right person is paramount. Otherwise, without sounding crude, really all you're doing is throwing some shit at the wall and hoping that it sticks. and it doesn't really work. Is there a good time of day to post live? Yes, Joanna, there is. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't ask me why, but it is. 1 o'clock in the afternoon during weekdays. If it's at the weekends, it's 11 in the morning and it's 3 in the afternoon. And if it's on a Sunday, it's between 8 and 10 p.m. So not that I know those dates off by or times off by heart or anything, but yes, that's when to post live. Most definitely. As long as all your live content is left so people can see it later. Yeah, really, I know, bizarre as those times are, it's people share most during those times. Yes, Louise, a live video. You should definitely be doing a live video. The fabulous stuff that you do with some of the work that you do, absolutely. Yeah, 1 p.m. Yep, you'd think most people would be busy working, wouldn't you? But it just goes to show the nation's obviously on Facebook during those times. I think you have to understand something, that when you post, that isn't necessarily the time it's seen, but it's before the mad rush of content goes on when everyone finishes work. So if you imagine, if it's 1 o'clock, you're sat there in a time that's then not heavily utilised between 1 and 3 or 1 and 3:30, and then people see that content before everybody else smashes Facebook at 3:30 till 7. Just kind of, if you think about the mindset of it, you're going to be at the top of somebody's order to then be able to follow through to it. Any certain days better than others to post live posts? If you go back over this, I've just given the times, but it's 1 o'clock. Normally during the day, weekends are slightly different, 11 and 3, and Sundays is normally between 8 and 10 at night time. Lisa. Yes, we'll go for a walk on your own on Thursday, Tina, and take some, well, do a live video telling people that you're on your own, billing no mates, because people didn't come out with you. People like that kind of content. They like it. It shows that you are relatable. It shows that you aren't beyond having a bit of a laugh at yourself. And people buy from people. So all those that spend thousands on editing the videos to make them look really, really slick, that's fine if you've got a 10 grand marketing budget. We all haven't. And we sell to other consumers that are like us. That's why they like to see us being us. That's the whole point. If you're trying to be something that you're not, people feel that and it doesn't feel right for them. And they don't want to purchase. Or they were being two minds to purchase. The other thing to be aware of for people that are a bit disheartened is that if you imagine the amount of content that goes onto social media, the amount of sales messages we get on a regular basis, in fact on a daily basis, most consumers need to see something between 7 and 20 odd times before they are compelled to make a consumer decision. So if you put a post on and it doesn't get a load of likes straight away, that's fine. If you've posted 50 times and nobody said anything, then yeah, maybe there's a problem. But yes, between 7 and 21 times, and that's a factual, by the way, not to pull that out of the backside, that's a factual consumer bit of marketing fact. And if you think about it, you will be the same. You will see something in, in a magazine, on the TV, on the side of a bus shelter. You'll see it on TV. It builds over a period of time, and you're just using one medium, which is Facebook. So you need to post several times to do that. Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and Facebook are all vital for you to get that brand recognition. You should make your posts of the same style. You should make your posts of the same filter. You should be using the same kind of text. Yeah, but vary your actual content itself. Okay, I hope that's been useful for you all. If you want to find out anything else, then you can message me via the Facebook page, so the Consult Centre. If you want to book on any of the courses, you will see them listed also on there, or you can visit theconsultcentre.com, where all of ours are listed. Our next effective Facebook for Business course is on the 18th of November. I have 3 different products and 3 different pages. Is it okay to cross-post? Yes, it is okay to cross-post, no problem at all. You can actually set it up to auto cross-post if you know how to do that. If you're not sure how to do that, I can teach you how to do that if you send me a message separately. You're welcome, Joanna. Yes, if you go to theconsultcentre.com, all our courses are listed on there. If there's something that you can't find and you would like some help with, then message me and let me know. Now go and have some wine out of those glasses. No, I'm not drinking. But thanks for the tip, Louise. Right, ladies, I am off. As I say, all of our information is on our Facebook page. Please go and have a look. Oh, thank you, Anne. So Anne Taylor's on. She did the Facebook for business course, and she's just put a little review there saying it's excellent. She would recommend it. So, ladies, I would hope that I would see some of you at the course soon. As I say, it's in November. Our next web building course, if you want to go on that one, is on the 1st of November and one is on the 11th of November. But all those are listed on our website. If you do want any other help, just message me on the Facebook page, the Consult Centre page, and I will help wherever I can. So I hope you'll have a lovely evening, and I shall hope to hear from you all soon. Bye.